Guys, hope you're all well and having a good day. Weather looks fantastic, so hope you're all getting out and about. Just a quick one, I'm just going to do a mobility stretching session. A lot of my clients have asked me to get a couple of videos up. It's a routine I go through every day of my life, no matter where I am. History of back spasms, history of back issues, and all my own doing really, not looking after that sort of stuff when I was younger and doing sport. So this is something I do every night before I go to bed, sometimes a couple of times a day. It's a lovely flowing routine that will really help keep you mobile, keep you flexible, reduce your chances of injuries and spasms by about 80-90% probably. You'll put the local physios out of business. So here we go, 18 exercises and I'll talk you through them as I'm doing them. Okay, with this one, I start with my feet back, I bring my one foot leg forward, drop the outside foot onto the outside, and then down to the elbows and ease that leg to the right. So it's my right leg forward and I'm pushing my right glute to the floor. It's a great glute stretch, gets into a little bit of your hip as well and actually comes up to the lower back. Hold each stretch for about 20 seconds and do them twice. You can really feel that getting into the glute. It's a lovely stretch. The swan stretch is, I believe, what they call it, but who cares? It's just a great stretch. And then come up back to the hands, send one leg back, send the other leg forward and then drop in. As I said, I guess about 20 seconds, but if you want to get really accurate with it, just put a little stopwatch in front of you and just ease that leg to the left. You're trying to keep the back foot, you probably can't see, but the back foot on the outside. And it's just now this one's a bit more of a mobility exercise. So what I do is start my hands to the front of the mat, I sit back on the heels, my toes are touching, my knees are split, and then I come out to it. I go for 2 seconds, 1, 2, I come out of it. Great stretch on the lats, lovely stretch on the lower back, and it's just a real nice one to get a bit of mobility into the spine. It's a real comfortable position for your lower back, especially if you've got issues. I do this 20 times. As I said, a 2-second hold on the bottom. 1, 2, and then away. 1, 2, and then away, and that's always number 2 on my stretch. Next one, number 3, is a bit like the cobra exercise. It's just a little bit more stretch orientated. My hands are to the floor, I lift my toes up, and as they land back, I just ease my chest down to my lower stomach off the floor, and then return. Legs up again, as the toes land down. So what I'm doing here, I'm stretching the lower abs, which are often tight, I'm strengthening the lower back, which is often weak, and I do this 20 times. And return, just get a nice breathing routine with it as well. They say out on the effort, but it doesn't really matter, just keep your breath work going. As I said, I do this one 20 times. And return. And again, that's been a big help on the strengthening of my lower back. Okay, number 4, the classic hamstring stretch. Tuck your leg in, keep yourself tall, reach for your toe, push down on the quad, okay? Now, if you can't reach your toes, no dramas, just reach for the shin, and just lean into it. Really lean into it. It's a great hamstring stretch. It's quite safe. But what I like about this one, when I lean in, I can feel obviously my left hamstring, but I can feel a little bit of my right there side of my lower back as well. So it really does, you know, I remember when I first started doing it, I could barely touch my shin. 20-second hold, swap sides. Again, quads, toe. If you can't reach your toe, as I said, grab your shin. It's a really nice stretch, this one. It's the sort of textbook hamstring one that you've probably seen 1,000 times. But again, I like this routine to flow, okay? And once you've had level 20, back to side 1, back to side 2. Next one I like to do is get into the adductors. So with this one, I go off my hands, I go as wide as I can with my knees. My feet are flat. I don't know if you can see them there. I put my hands down and I relax my forehead onto my top of my hands and I just get a nice breath work. I hold this for about 45 seconds. Because it's a sort of static stretch, it doesn't need to be done twice. I sort of do it like for 45 seconds as one it. And it's a great stretch to get into the groins, obviously, which are very tight muscles, your adductors. You know, most people have very tight adductors, so this is a really lovely stretch. And again, once you come out of it, up to the hands, just ease the legs in a bit slowly because they can be a little bit, all over the shop coming out of that one. Okay, next stretch. What I do is I put one hand down and then with the same leg, I pull across, making sure that this shoulder stays flat. I lift my knee into my chest and I pull across. You feel that stretching from the glute into the hip up to the lower back. It's a really nice stretch, but don't let your shoulder come up there. Keep it nice and flat. And it's the same leg as the same shoulder. And again, 20-second pause, swap hands, come across. It's a lovely stretch. And relax. And again, 2 of each, 20 seconds. Next one I'm going to do now is a little bit of mobility work, okay, for the spine. So the arms straight out, relax the head, get your breathing nice and natural, and just get the knees going side to side. Again, it's worth noting that you can mix mobility work up with flexibility work. They overlap each other, and this again is a really good one to get a bit of mobility in the spine and your obliques, and it just gets you strong in them movements, you know, them rotational movements. I do this 20 times, 10 each side, and again that comes in to my routine. Number 8 of the routine is just to get a little bit of plyometric work into the groins, okay? So a little bit of more explosive stretching work. From this position, arms out, and I just like to snap the groins out. I do this 30 times. Just really snap them out and pull them back in. So when I'm doing explosive movements, which involves the groins, I'm getting my body used to that sort of movement, you know? Very popular to have a tweak on the old groin. And that's a nice old mobility movement. 30 of them, that's exercise number 8. Exercise number 9 is one of my favourite ones, is for the glutes. It's a great little stretch, this one is. So what you do is lay me back, okay, put one leg on your knee, and with your hands, reach through the front of the leg and roll the head back. Now, if you have a problem that your head can't reach the floor, just get a pillow over there. And if you can't reach the front of the knee, just grab the back of the knee, okay? So from that position, just relax, and this knee by here, you're just trying to push it forward in that direction. And again, don't forget the 20-second hold, and each stretch twice. Reinforcement of the same message, very important. And swap sides. I've got a couple of lads in here who like to do this session every week. I actually do about 5 or 6, maybe 7 hours a week just doing this work with my clients in here. They like, you know, they just really enjoy it, like, you know. Okay, stretch number 10. It's another groin one. Again, it's a bit of a classic one. Toe up, hands on the floor, and just ease down and back, sort of thing. So you're sort of twisting the foot back. Support yourself with your hands. I'm on my toe there, but it is more comfortable. You can relax onto your front of your foot. And I just sort of twist it outwards, and you get a lovely stretch in the adductor, coming all the way down into the inside of the quad. And again, you come up. You might get a bit of cramp in your foot, so watch that. And we swap sides. So we're off the legs, as you can see that foot there. We can drop down, or we can go on the toe, and we're just easing back. Relax. 2 stretches, obviously 20 seconds each. So stretch number 11, I'm up on my feet. This is the old classic stretch that I like. Toes are pointing forward, maybe just a little bit wide in the shoulder. Relax your body and just let yourself drop over. Don't be worried, don't be tentative. Go as far as you feel comfortable. Let me just go that way. So as far as you feel comfortable. For me, it's pretty easy to get my toes, but if it's there, that's fine. And just relax and just hold that for 20 seconds. Again, breathe natural when you're down there, don't force it. You know, I can feel a lovely stretch here all the way in my hamstrings. I can't actually feel it too much on my lower back, because my lower back's in a good place at the moment. And then just come out of it and breathe and shake it out and go back in a second time. It's a nice stretch. Number 12, again, same position as you was last time, okay? So it's going to be 2 in this position. When you're down there, nice and slow, one hand over each other, and I just want 20 little pulses. Again, we get a little bit of explosive movement into that area. So when it happens in real life, you've already mimicked it. And once you've done 20, come out of it. And you only do have to do that one once, okay? Number 12. Number 14 is another hamstring one. And what we're going to do with this, so I'm 1 foot forward, towards the top of the quad, never push on the knee, and we're just sitting back into it, really get in. So your hamstrings tend to be a lot tighter than your quads, obviously, because they're always in a shortened position. So they tend to be a hell of a lot tighter. Don't push down on the joint there, we're pushing down on the quad, and then we're coming out of it and we're going into the other leg. Again, so you can see where I'll look the side on. We're easing down, pushing that bum away from you. Try and get your feet pointing forward. It's not always essential, to be honest with you, but just try and get them pointing forward and just feel for that stretch. Play around with your feet position and just feel for that hamstring really coming into play. And relax. Okay, stretch number 14 is the windmill. Okay, so I want 1 foot pointing forward there, 1 foot pointing in the opposite direction, and then inside of the shin with one arm, and then left arm up in the air. Just keep looking at the left hand. So you've got 1 foot pointing that direction, 1 foot pointing straight ahead of you, inside of the shin, left hand up in the air. You'll feel that on your oblique and on the inside of your thigh, in the adductor. And 20-second hold, and swap again, turn one toe that way, one toe straight forward, inside of the shin, right arm up in the air, find your balance, and just keep looking. It's a nice stretch. Okay, next stretch now. Feet just wider than shoulder. Are going to drop down, push the elbows into the knees, and just get a little waddle going on. Fantastic for the groins, easy inside the thighs, get some hip mobility, and obviously, mimics a deep squat. I wouldn't go this deep personally myself, but if you are someone who likes deep squats, then go for it, I don't think you need to go this deep, to be honest, to get the benefit of a squat. And just give yourself a little wiggle, hands on the floor, and just push yourself away. Shake it out again, 20-second hold, get back in. It's a nice growing one. Don't worry if you can't go all the way down, if you're only going up there, but just work on getting deeper and deeper every time. Your muscles are like putty, they will move over time, and get better. Okay, for this one, you need a wall, obviously something straight to put your hands on. It's a good one for the posterior chain. So hands just wider than shoulder, feet just wider than hip. Slide the hands down the mirror, push the bum away from you, and just hold that position. So you really feel it stretching down the posterior chain. Just hold that position. Hold. And so I can feel that stretching from the top of the glutes all the way into the bottom of the calves. It's a lovely posterior chain stretch. Really nice and safe for the lower back. Okay, this is an important stretch. Number 17 is for the calves. Very, very tight muscles because we do a lot of work in them, and we're always altering our footwear, so they do take a bit of a tanking. So what you need is another wall, both hands against the mirror, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and just push that back heel into the floor while pushing your sort of other opposite leg forward and one leg, the back leg back. So you really feel it stretching deep into the calf. And again, 20-second hold, swap sides, push that back heel into the floor while sinking the hips down and the other leg forward. It's a really, really safe stretch for the calf, and you get nice and deep with it. And as I would say, don't forget, do it twice, hold it for 20 seconds. Now, last stretch at number 18, I'm obviously using a Smith machine, but you can use anything here. What you want to do is put your foot up under something. It's preferably something you can hang on to, and then you can just drop that leg down and really feel it stretching into the quad, deep into the quad, goes into the rectum and everything. You can really feel that. And you can just control the stretch with the other leg as well, how deep you get, and swap sides. And again, don't worry about not on a piece of kit like this, because it's not important. You can use the back of a settee or a chair in the house, in the kitchen, whatever it is, and just leave you sink down and relax. So really nice stretch on the quad. You haven't got to do as much stretching as the hamstrings, but it's still important to make sure you balance it all out with the stretch. And there we have it, guys. There's 18 stretches there. They'll take you less than 20 minutes to do. I tend to do them every night before bed. They can be a game changer in your mobility routine, your flexibility routine, injury prevention, and they do wind you down nice before you go to bed as well. Like I said, they're not difficult. I do them watching TV. You ask my wife, I'm a pain in the fucking ass. I got a yoga mat out and I'm wallowing around on the floor, and there's a Swede. But I've been doing it now for years on end, and I'm really a big fan of it. Okay, hope it helps. And as I always say, bob and weave, give it some gun.